Well, I'm pumped right now. I just sold a clip on Adobe stock. Ooh, total solar eclipse, if you're interested. Hey, what's up everyone? It's me, Jan Hempstad. I'm here today to teach you how to make a monitor for your Sony camera for only $8. Let's get started. So a little quick story on how this thing that's on my camera came to pass. I wanted something that would make it easy to actually monitor my video without having to either A, lug around a giant display. As we all know, the Sony flip screens only flip up and then slightly down, which makes little to no sense. They should just have an ordinary flip screen. What I did was I jerry-rigged something. What essentially is sitting on my camera is a mirror that's raised up above the display, flipped vertically, so I can actually vlog, or if I wanted to take selfies. I don't really often do that, like ever. Yeah, so it allows me to see it. I'm gonna show you how you can make that for roughly $8. Let's do that. All right, so here is all the supplies you'll need and then some. This is a little mirror I bought at a local drugstore. So yeah, that mirror only cost me like $8 at the drugstore, but I'm sure you can find it cheaper online. It has a magnifying mirror as well as a standard mirror, and we're gonna be using the magnifying mirror. Same size as my display. Well, the magnifying helps blow it up so you can actually see it. You'll for sure need some gaff tape, or duct tape would work just as well. I prefer gaff tape, and it's what I have on hand. And also need a Sharpie, a pen to draw out your marks on your cardboard, as well as a ruler, multi-tool or like a knife or X-Acto knife to cut out your cardboard. I just use scissors, and I would recommend finding lightweight cardboard. I just use some scrap cardboard that are lying around, but the lighter this thing is, the better, because the Sony displays, the hinge on them it's pretty tight, but enough weight will make it fall down. Go ahead and Sharpie out all the marks on your box. I more did it for aesthetic purposes, but it could also be distracting. Once we have all those pieces laid out, we can lay out our piece of gaff tape here, stick on our pieces, and then we can kind of, after we've stuck them all to the gaff tape, it kind of just fold it up. Full disclosure, I accidentally messed up the size of the middle piece. I had to actually cut it. It needs to be shorter than obviously where the mirror is going to go on this, and I did not cut it short enough, so I ended up cutting it later. So for the mirror, go ahead and snap off this front piece. We don't need it. It snaps off pretty easily on these cheap things. Then go ahead and separate the magnifying mirror from the regular mirror just by pulling it back and snap off. I considered taking the mirror out of the plastic, but then I was worried I was going to snap the mirror and have to go buy another one. So that's a magnifying mirror. I think it's like 3 times magnification. This is my whoops moment. Clearly I'm a professional. So I made another piece, go on the other side to hold it together. So I went ahead and cut that extra piece off of it that I foolishly put on there. So now you can actually look through this part that you're supposed to look through. All right, let's go ahead and tape our mirror on the top. Go ahead and stick the tape on the back of the mirror, and then stick the mirror on the thing. Now that's all together. I'm gonna make a little piece on the bottom, so I wrap the entire bottom with gaff tape. I'm gonna go ahead and make an extra piece, which I'm gonna stick down there, and this is gonna slip under the display. I'm assuming the designs of these displays are all pretty similar in size, but if there's some size variation, make sure to measure your display before you start cutting your cardboard, because you don't want to have to cut it twice. There's a phrase, measure twice, cut once. I don't know. And then go ahead and take a few extra strips of gaff tape, stick them on there to kind of create a space will remain flexible and won't get stuck to anything. And then go ahead and stick your cardboard and fold your tape down, kind of like you're folding a present, and then clean it up with a little piece of gaff tape. So there's a little gap on the bottom of the Sony displays where the hinge is. It comes off, it's not directly on the bottom of the thing, it comes off a little bit, which is good, which helps it stay up. But you want to cut a little chunk out that's the space there, so you can slide the piece all the way on. And once you've got that on there, you're pretty much done. You could clean it up with a little extra tape. So the great thing about the Sony displays being tiltable is that you could actually tilt them to adjust the angle of the mirror. I just did my mirror, and these plans are at exactly a 45-degree angle. If I was perfectly level with it and it was perfectly upright, I would see straight down. But this isn't always going to be the case. Your camera might be a little bit below you, so you might have to tilt it back a little bit, but the Sony display kind of like accommodates that. And as long as your box with the mirror isn't too heavy, it should stay up. Mine stays up for the most part. Once it gets past a certain point, it'll fall down. If it gets past that point, you can just gaff tape it in place. I have the other half of the mirror, so I can kind of show you how this is working here with my setup. You can see the camera, and then up here you can see the display right there. I don't know if that's too dark. I'll also include the plans, physical dimensions. I'm on a Sony A7R, so that should fit most of the A7 series. I'll make a little printout so you could actually just print it and then cut it from there. That would make it even easier. If you're on a budget, this is great. This cost $8. Cardboard was trash. If you're using duct tape, it's definitely not even a cent worth of tape. Gaff tape is a little more pricey than duct tape. Works pretty well. I can see my display, I can focus, I have the button set so I can punch in and also see myself closer, which helps because the Sony displays are tiny in the first place. But this is great, it's lightweight. I could actually pick up and have this on the camera, just carrying it around as well because it's pretty tiny, non-obtrusive. So I hope this inspires you to go out, if you're a Sony user, to make your own flip display. It's just a mirror. The other advantage of it is it mirrors your display. So when you're vlogging, that's actually really great because when I move this way, I move this way on my display. When I move this way, I move that way on my display up there. So it makes it really easy. Like if I want to point to that lamp, it's pretty intuitive right there. There's also the lamp in the mirror over there. Don't let your equipment limit you. Make solutions for yourself. And I kind of want the core message of this channel to be there. Get out there and make something and don't be limited. Don't stop at, oh, well, I don't have this. Make a solution. Build a mirrored monitor for your Sony camera because you made the, I don't know if it's an unfortunate decision. They're great cameras. They shoot great footage, but the flip screen is just like, why? Why would you put that kind of flip screen? Why not one that comes out to the side? I can think of 1,000,001 photography and videography situations where having a flip screen, there's no downside to it. They break more easily, but this thing could break too. I don't know what Sony's thinking. Maybe they'll make a flip screen one of these days. So like and subscribe. Hit that bell to get notifications when a new video comes out. So I hope you enjoyed this and maybe this has inspired you to get out there and make something, but go out there and make something and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.